Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Today I want a barbecue. Well, I'm going to have the hubby. I'm going to ask the hubby to barbecue. I'm going to go to the store and get the stuff. And we're going to have barbecue today. So I wanted to do a seafood boil initially. That was my plan. I bought my stuff early in the week. But like I said, I changed my mind so much. But again, it's barbecue Sunday. So we about to get started. I got to go to the store first. And then I'm going to get my day started. Stay tuned. Stay with me. Stay with me. It's time for show and tell. So the hubby did the outside food, which is the barbecue. And I did the inside. Greens. I got mustard and turnip. I did a salad and cornbread and spaghetti. So let's start with seasoning the meat. I'm going to start with my chicken first. I did clean it just in case. I cleaned my meat. Yeah, I cleaned my meat. So I'm going to put some mustard on and rub that mustard really good. You know, I like to feel my meat. Yeah, with my hands. And I got a sink right there so I can wash my hand when I feel like it. Okay, time for the seasoning. I'm adding complete seasoning, some lemon pepper, slap your mama, and garlic and herb. Can't forget that. And I'm mixing it again. So I'm going to mix this really good. And then I'm going to put some like plastic wrap around the top and put it in the fridge until it's time to go on the grill. Let that season, set in. On to the baby backs. For me, I pull the membrane off. This is what I do. I think my last video, people were saying they don't do that, why you do that. But again, the way that I cook is the way that I was taught to cook. Or I learned over the years. So it works for me, and this is what I'm going to do. And now I'm trying to remove that extra fat. So I'm going to take my knife and kind of like scrape the bone to kind of pick up some of that fat. That's what it is to me. So I don't mean to each his own. To each his own. Again, this is what I do. So I'm going to, again, take that knife and scrape. It's coming off. So if y'all see me putting it in the pan, that's what I'm doing. And I will be rinsing the pan again. So I also slit my ribs before they go on the grill. I slice in between each bone on the top, and then I flip it and do the same to the bottom. For me, it makes it easy to go ahead and cut it when it come off the grill. It's hot, so it's easy to cut, and I get a chance to season in between the bones because it's already cut. And I'm removing some more fat on the other side. That's me. Again, this is what I do. You do you. Whatever's easy for you, however you was taught to cook. I'm not trying to make anybody do anything, and I will continue to say that. I'm on here cooking the way that I cook. Again, I'm not making nobody do nothing. Nothing is written in stone saying, this is the recipe, you gotta use it. No, not Myra. Not Myra. So I'm gonna take this over here to the sink and get it cleaned. And now I got both slabs clean, membrane removed. Bring it back to the counter. And I made a dry rub for this. Let me put my post the dry rub. You may have to look at it twice, but I am going to post the ingredients I use. The seasons I put together for my dry rub. And I'm sprinkling it on. And then I'm going to take my hand, my bare hand, and rub it in. And I'm going to rub it in between the bones. And then I'm going to flip it and season the other side and rub it some more. It's rub. So rub it in. And again, as you can see, that is one of the reasons I slit my meat. So I can put that seasoning in between. You know, nothing but seasoning, flavor on top of flavor. That's why I started doing it. Nobody said you had to do it. I did it. You know, when you start cooking or doing anything, you always find an easier way or something that makes sense, I'll say. You want your seasoning in between those bones, slit it. You know, it's easy for me. Again, once I get this done, I'm going to put some foil on top and put it in the fridge until it's time to go on the grill. I got a little more rub, so I'm going to use it all. It's not going to hurt nothing, except bring on more flavor. That's the way I see it. And that's all that matters. Because I'm cooking this for the hubby and me. He going to have lunch for a couple, 2, 3, 4 days now. With all this, we not going to eat all this today. Because y'all seen what I put on in the beginning. And that salad, I can just eat the salad, y'all. Telling you. That salad, I made one yesterday for my cousin. It was so good. So I had to make one for the hubby and me today. So we'll have it today and tomorrow. The rest of this food today and tomorrow. Okay, y'all. I'm almost done with this. Found another piece of fat. But anyway, it's about to go in the fridge. Put some foil on. And I got these, it's some ground chuck. They made the patties. Half pound, quarters, or whatever they are. Well, they pre-made patties already. So I just took the help as opposed to buying my own and making my own. I'm going to use their help. And yeah, it costs more. So on to seasoning this. I got some smokehouse maple seasoning and some onion powder. I'm going to put I got some brown sugar seasoning. So I'm going to add some brown sugar seasoning and black pepper. This just going on one side. And then I'm going to flip it and add some onion powder and cumin. Smoky, 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 y'all. I like that brown sugar. The brown sugar seasoning, yeah, I like that. Because normally I use the actual brown sugar. But the seasoning, why not? Excuse me. But yeah, so I'm going to do these two and then do the other two. There was 4 came in there. We only need 2, but since he put them on the grill, why not? Oh, I forgot my Greek all-purpose seasoning. Yeah, got that too. The all-purpose Greek seasoning, onion powder, and cumin going on this side. Sorry, y'all, I messed up. Or I missed it. And then I'm going to take one burger and flip it on the other burger just to mix those seasons up. And then I bought these little sheets, kind of like wax paper, to separate them. And then I'm going to put them in the fridge. So as you can see right now, I'm just putting one on top of the other, flipping it. Kind of like mixing the flavor in. I don't want to mess up the patty, but I want the flavor to be on both sides. The seasons. That's what I'm doing. Just in case. Someone like, what is she doing? Why is she doing that? So these are the little sheets I bought. I think I got these from the dollar store. I use these when I freeze my meat as well, to keep them separated. Now I had some Italian meatballs that I'm getting mashed up. I'm going to use this meat for my spaghetti. Instead of buying some ground beef, I'm going to use this. Get it mashed up really good. Again, this is the Italian meatballs. Just breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down with my little masher. And then I'm going to, drain it and start to add in some seasonings and my sauce. Once I break this up good. It's taking some time, but they was frozen. I let them thaw out. Oh, I'll get there. But it saved money because I didn't buy the ground beef, using what I had. So sometimes when you do that, it's time. Just putting it costs you time, I'll say that. I save money, but I'm spending time mashing it up. Okay. Okay, y'all, I think I rinsed it and came back and mashed it some more. Yeah. Oh, and that pot over there, I got my my smoked turkey wings boiling. So I think I let them boil for about 3 hours before I added in my greens. But now I'm adding in some peppers and onions. And I got some of that Prego Italian sausage spaghetti sauce. So I'm adding that in too. I'm adding everything. I got some Bertillos. Yeah, I had a little bit of that sauce left too. That has the basil flavor. Sorry. So I added 2 different kinds of spaghetti sauce. Now for the seasonings. Basil. So I guess I'm adding a teaspoon. I don't know, y'all. I'm just sprinkling it today. Seasoning with love. Italian seasoning. Some oregano. And black pepper. Again, if you see me, you can kind of estimate how much I'm using. Like I said, maybe a teaspoon. And then I'm going to get this. Yeah, that's my black pepper. I almost forgot my black pepper. So I am showing you just in case I'm moving too fast. If you have to replay it, I am showing you the seasonings. I just got to remember to post my dry rub. The seasons I put together for the dry rub. I'm going to go back and I am going to post it. So I'm giving it a good mix. And I also add more stuff to mine. Yeah. This is not just a traditional Italian spaghetti sauce. I don't do traditional. I do flavor. So for mine, I add in some barbecue sauce. And I started that because, most spaghetti mostly go with barbecue, right? So I added in some barbecue sauce and some ketchup. And I'm also going to add in about a can of that manwich. And I'm going to add a half a can of manwich. Either sometime I add the manwich or sometime I add a package of chili seasoning. The chili seasoning. So again, I mix my stuff up, y'all. Sometimes it'll be the same and sometimes it won't. But I like to experiment. So again, I'm adding in the manwich, just a half a can of that. But it's looking pretty. The color, right? I like color. Even with those peppers, those sweet peppers. I got the yellow, red, and orange peppers. I forgot to buy the green pepper, so I got the color peppers and the onions cut up in there. So what am I doing now? Yeah, Yeah, I add the lid. I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm sleeping. So I got some mustard and turnip greens. And I think I washed them about 3 times. So in the beginning, when you first start washing them, you'll see the water is green. So you want to just wash, rinse, until your water is clear. That's what I do. So I feel that that's enough. Once my water is clear, that's good enough. So I'm going to let the water run. And then get over here to these, my smoked turkey wings. They've been cooking for almost 3 hours. So yeah, you see they're getting tender. And I'm going to pull them off the bone. But I'm going to add my greens in first. But I just want you to see that they are tender enough to come off the bone. Again, well, I cooked these in chicken stock too, y'all. I initially started with water. And maybe after 5 minutes of boiling, I pulled that water off. And then I add in chicken stock and put the turkey wings back in to cook. Again and again, I have to keep explaining that I always pull the first water off any meat that I boil. Any meat. That's the way I was taught. And I'm going to continue to do that. So, in goes the greens. Trying to push them down so I can get them all in. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and let them, get down. Then give it a stir and let it cook some more. And then I'm going to pour that meat off them bones. And I like my meat, shredded in my greens. Going outside, see what the hubby doing on that grill. So he been out here cooking for a while. He just got the ribs on now. So we're going to take those off. Because I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm going to slice them up and put them in the oven. And let them tenderize more. Steam in the oven for about an hour. That's just what I do. So he going to leave a couple of pieces on. Because he like his char. But these two are going in the oven. Y'all see the chicken on there now. So, checking on these greens. The meat is almost ready, y'all. Almost ready. It's falling off already. The meat is falling off already, but I'm a couple more minutes. And I think I let my greens cook for maybe an hour and a half. These mustard and turnips, so they don't take as long as the collards. And I'm cooking on medium high, Well, medium, not even high. Because again, it don't take it long. And my meat is already done. So I done took the meat off the bones. There you go. And I'm going to start to add my seasonings now. So I got these I got this seasoning from Walmart. That's my green seasoning. I started using that. I got that from my mother-in-law. She told me about that seasoning. Some complete seasoning. Garlic and herb, of course. Garlic. So my garlic and herb seasoning. I'm going to add in some onion powder and a little bit of crushed red pepper. Mix it up. And, put the lid on and let the seasoning set in. It's not going to take this long. I just want my seasonings to set in. So I'm going to leave it on the stove and let that seasoning set in. Smelling good. Just the smokiness of the meat smell good. Yeah. It's looking good. Yeah, I like to see my meat, shredded up in my greens. Look like more meat than greens, but it'll be okay. So, can you see why I slit my greens? I mean, my meat. It's easy to, just take on off that bone. I mean, cut each bone. Quick. And again, I'm going to put these in the oven. 375 for about an hour. Wrap them in foil. I'm going to wrap some foil on them. Yeah. They're not all the way done, but almost. So I'm just going to let them finish in the oven. And then they'll be tender for me. This is what I do. I know people that, they do this all the way on the grill. I don't, okay? I don't. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. That's not how I do it. This is how I do it. So I'm just sharing how I do mine. Greens are done. I'm adding in just a splash of that mild banana pepper juice. Just a splash, y'all. It kind of bring a little tangy tartness to your seasoning, if you like that. If you don't, because some people put sugar in their greens. I don't put sugar in my greens. So, I mean, to each his own. So, if you like sugar, then you won't like, this. So, again, to each his own. The burger's on the grill. He's still cooking the chicken wings. Chicken wings will be coming off soon. But the burgers, they looking kind of juicy. The last thing on the grill is some hot dogs. That ain't gonna take but a minute. I'm about to boil my pasta for my spaghetti. I got my sauce ready. Just gonna boil this. I just salted the water. And I'm adding the pasta. I don't break my pasta up. I know some people break it in half and, put it in. I don't. So, which means I gotta work it down. And I'm still trying to avoid if I'm sticking, I don't want it to stick together. So, you see me slowly working it down in the water. And once I get it all the way down, when it starts back boiling, I'm going to let it boil for about 10 minutes before I rinse it. Yeah, this time consuming. If I would have broke it up, it would have been in there. But I don't like to break up my spaghetti. Not my pasta. I don't like it. To each his own. But I'm getting there. Yeah. It'll get there. I'm getting there. It's going to happen. Almost. Okay, I'm going to let it boil for 10 minutes now. After 10 minutes, get it rinsed. Get that starch off, And I also know some people that don't rinse their spaghetti. Again, to each his own. You cook the way you cook, and this is the way I cook. So again, I just want to give it a good rinse. And I'm going to go over here and start putting my sauce in, pasta, sauce, and give it a mix. And let it set. And let the seasoning set. And I think I added some Parmesan cheese to this, y'all. I didn't show you, but I did add some Parmesan cheese to the top. So I put some sauce in the pan first, and then I put my pasta in and added some more sauce on top and getting it mixed in, which I'll be adding some more sauce to the top because my sauce is kind of thick, and I don't have that loose sauce. It's kind of thick. And again, I didn't show y'all me putting on the Parmesan, but I did. As you can see, my sauce is kind of thick. So it may look dry, but it's not. It's just thick. Mixing it. Put the lid on it and let it set. Here everything is again, done. So I want to thank y'all for y'all time. And thank you for every moment you spend with Myra. Happy, happy Sunday. Happy, happy Sunday.